Did you know that there are over 114 million active YouTube channels? Well, that's what WizOwl.com is saying in one of their stats sheets. And you might think to yourself, wow, that is a big number. But I'm here to tell you that it's never enough to be a YouTuber, and you're always going to be right on time if you want to start becoming a YouTuber in 2025. Did I say that right? Absolutely not. What I wanted to say is 114 million people might be a lot, but I don't think it's a lot of, active YouTube channels, because there's always room for more, especially in this space. Now, I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why you should start your own YouTube channel in 2025. And let's start with number 1. All right, you are your own boss and you make your own rules. Now, if you're a content creator like me that, primarily runs solo, and what does that mean? I write 100% of my scripts, I design 100% of my thumbnails, I 100% edit my videos all the time. This thing is entirely ran by me, Skitsland, and very occasionally I get the help of somebody else as a cameraman or as a person who brainstorms ideas with me, but that's not happening that often. So, you are your own boss, or in this case, I am my own boss, and I make my own rules, right? What does this mean? I basically work on my YouTube channel at whatever time I want, whenever I want, whatever day of the week I want. Even though it is a 24-hour-a-day job, maybe you're not necessarily recording 24 hours a day or editing 24 hours a day, but when you want to do this full time, a lot of YouTubers might relate, you're thinking about this 24 hours a day. You're trying to optimize your videos, you're seeing what you're doing wrong, you're seeing what you're doing right, you're seeing what people like, what people don't like, and it takes place, throughout the entire day. It's crazy. But for example, if you were to succeed, it's all on you. And if you were to not succeed, right? If you never make it, there's nobody else to blame except yourself. So, maybe when you're playing a team sport like soccer, the outcome of the match depends on the collective group of 10 players, right? I think, or 11 players. I forget how many soccer players are in the field for one team at the same time. But the team's success depends on that exactly, what the team does. In YouTube, success could entirely depend on you. So there's nobody else to blame except yourself. And I find that quite charming, right? I work by myself and I make my own rules. I am my own boss and I'm happy. All right. Number 2, you always have the potential to make it big. And segueing into number 3, if you do make it big, you are probably set for life. All right. The only reason why you wouldn't be set for life, how do you screw up reason number 3? You start taking terribly bad financial decisions. You might be the type of person who, let's say you were given $1 million and you buy a $1 million car. All right. I wouldn't say that would be the best financial investment with that money. And there are certainly people out there who could just ruin a massive fortune in mere seconds. But, you could be set for life. I don't know what the percentage of, sane and normal, rational people are or is, but yeah. And number 2, yeah, you always have the potential to make it big. YouTube is a very large platform, and what I'm trying to say by it's a very large platform, there's content for everybody. There are a infinite almost amount of niches. You could do music, you could talk about soccer, you could talk about video games, you could talk about anime, you could talk about broccoli, you could talk about fitness, you could do anything and everything All right. So, and believe in yourself, right? I'm here to uplift you. If you have a negative mindset or your self-esteem is, on the lower frequency or on the lower side, and I'm here to tell you, hey man, or hey lady, that might not be the case. You have the potential to make this whatever you want to make it, right? If you work hard and you're disciplined and you're consistent and you're able to tell a good story, you're charismatic, and if you're not charismatic, you can learn how to be charismatic. I mean, there are a number of ways you can approach this and get good at it. Practice makes perfect. You can't compare the first video that you're going to release against the 500th video that you release. You are going to get better at filming, at talking into a camera, at editing, at being able to tell a story, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, I mean, believe in that. Believe in yourself. Believe in the dream. And tying 2 and 3 to reason number 4, entertainment is always going to be in demand, especially how there is a gigantic surge to AI and AI generated content. There is a theory out there that is called or goes by the dead internet theory, in which you're going to start seeing the internet become more saturated with bots and with artificial intelligence, and even these bots and these artificial intelligences interacting with themselves in spaces like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. And now you can also see that AI has the ability to write scripts, to generate thumbnails, to even voice over the scripts, to basically, you can even automate an entire YouTube channel in 2025 with AI and with a set number of AI tools. But let me tell you something, there's a divide with this subject, with AI specifically. So you have people who champion AI and AI generated content and the idea that something can automate and something can make things for you. And you have the other opposite. You have the people who despise AI, writing a script, generating a thumbnail, voice-overing the script, and automating a YouTube channel. And fortunately for you and I think the majority of consumers will always prefer to watch content that is organic and not made by AI, not intervened by AI. The more human it is, the better. Let me take a sip of my coffee for a second here. Excuse me. So yeah, let's say, for example, that you have two options. In one option, you have the ability to watch a Queen concert live, and all the Queen bandmates are human. They're very much alive. You even get to see Freddie Mercury sing. That would be amazing. And you have, on the other hand, on the other option, you have Queen AI or Queen Bot, right? And Queen Bot, composed of 5 robots, or how many members Queen Bot has, they're able to play the exact same thing human Queen can, and even more, to a more ridiculous technical level, because these things are robots. They could probably move their fingers or hit more notes in a shorter amount of time. If you were to ask yourself, what concert would I prefer going to, would you prefer watching the bots over the real Queen? Maybe in 100 use case scenarios, you would want to watch once, what Queen Bots could do. But I think the human in you would want to support and would want to enjoy more something done by humans themselves. So I think there is going to be a more saturation with AI generated content and AI exclusive channels. Those are going to become more and more and more mainstream. But lucky for you and me, if you are a organic or a human content creator and you don't use AI, you're going to see a lot of benefits, because people are just going to gravitate more towards watching you than your AI counterpart. 100% of the time. At least that is my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I am right. And number 5, keeping it very, very simple and easy, why you should start your YouTube channel in 2025 is because making videos is fun. All right? Certainly when you're starting out, you have absolutely no idea what you're doing. At least this happens to most of us. There are people who by the first video that they're producing and outputting, they know exactly what to do. I think YouTube now in 2025 is a more of a science and more of something that's, since it's existed for a while, people know and know not what to do in order to become viral or how to make a good video, because there are just more examples and more successful stories and more successful YouTube channels to get like data from and to kind of, you know, apply the same mold they have. But at least in my case, and in the case for many others, when you're starting out, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what editing software to use. You don't even know how to edit. Your scripts, your writing process is probably a little bit more fickle and you know, nervous in tone. You're probably more camera shy in the first video that you're filming versus the 9 millionth video that you're filming. And it's a process, right? And the more you do this, the better you get at it. And believe me, there comes a point where you're having a lot of fun doing it. So, you know, when you're having fun doing what needs to be done is only a good thing, because you are in theory supposed to love what you're doing. You're supposed to have a good relationship or a healthy relationship with your sustenance, with your job, with the thing that provides for yourself and maybe for your family. It's just overall healthier for you to have a positive relationship and with the thing that you're doing. So yeah, the better you get at it, or the more you do it, and the more you add your own flavor to your craft, and the more positive reception or feedback you're getting from your viewers or from your peers, it's like I don't know if you would be able to say it's like an adrenaline rush or a dopamine rush or an oxytocin rush, but you only get good things out of this, and it's a lot of fun. So I know I said in the very beginning, I brought you the fact that there are 114 million or more active YouTube channels. Maybe you think that is a very, very large number of creators, and that's a lot of competition, but I'm here to tell you the opposite. You know, more is never enough. There's always a space for you if you want to decide to jump into YouTube or jump into content creation. And I gave you 5 reasons why, and think about it. You know, it's probably one of the best ideas and the best things to execute for you in the coming future, especially with what's to come, at least in like the tech space, AI, blah, blah, blah. And there's always going to be a demand for it, because I think we're going to be seeing more AI, and entertainment is something that is always going to be popular. And consider it. Really, really, really consider it. And with that being said, my name is Skits, and thank you for watching this YouTube video. If you made it to the end, consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video with somebody else. Maybe share it to somebody who is, debating or marinating the idea of starting to become a YouTuber or a full-time content creator. Maybe this helps them out. With that being said, boom!